Hello everyone, this is Sensor Studio. There are reports that Russia is preparing for a general mobilization. Czech President Petr Pavel predicted that the next 2 months could be a crucial period that determines the direction of the war. He said President Putin might announce a national mobilization after Russia's September general election. The mobilization order will likely be delayed until after the September 20th election due to fears of public backlash, but analysts warn things could change once the election ends. President Pavel of the Czech Republic urged the international community to increase pressure on Russia, but also to be open to negotiations, warning that missing this chance could push the war into a new phase. Reuters also reported, citing 3 sources familiar with the Kremlin's internal affairs, that Vladimir Putin, the president of Russia, is currently placing more emphasis on continuing military pressure rather than pursuing peace negotiations. Even though Ukraine has recently increased attacks inside Russia by striking oil refineries, ports, and storage facilities with drones, President Vladimir Putin is reportedly considering intensifying the offensive. According to officials, President Vladimir Putin is believed to think that it is more advantageous to enter negotiations after securing the conditions he wants, rather than rushing to end the war. President Vladimir Putin reportedly views gaining control of all remaining Ukrainian territory in the Donbas region as his top current goal. Some aides suggested pursuing a ceasefire based on the current front lines, but President Vladimir Putin did not accept this and is said to have expressed strong dissatisfaction. Inside the Kremlin, there are reportedly still expectations that the Russian military can eventually occupy the entire Donbas, even if it takes time. In this regard, Kremlin spokesperson Dmitry Peskov stated that Russia is ready for a peaceful resolution, but at the same time, it also has sufficient capability to continue its special military operation. They haven't fully ruled out negotiations, but again insist they won't stop the military operation. Ukraine is even more pessimistic. A senior Ukrainian official recently said intelligence suggests President Putin is preparing new military operations instead of scaling back the war. He explained this involves expanding the Ukrainian front and possibly increasing military pressure on European countries. Western military experts are also concerned Russia could escalate tensions later. Jack Watling, a researcher at the Royal United Services Institute, USI, in the UK, said that while Russia avoids direct conflict with all of NATO, it may still attempt to disrupt NATO's response with limited attacks or provocations. Russia is seen as possibly aiming for NATO member states to respond differently if a forced clash happens near Romania or the Baltic states. Inside Russia as well, there have been continued statements based on the premise of heightened tensions. Andrei Andreyachitsky, a former member of the Russian Ministry of Defense, argued that Ukraine's major industrial facilities and ports should be targeted intensively, and if necessary, even military facilities in Europe that support Ukraine could become targets for attack. The Kremlin didn't recognize these remarks as an official plan, but stressed it won't ignore Europe's military buildup. The situation on the front lines also shows that Russia is not easily achieving its objectives. The Russian military's advance has slowed significantly, blocked by Ukrainian drones and defenses along the approximately 1,200-kilometer front line. In such a situation, as Russian territory continues to come under attack, it seems that Russia is now considering escalating the war entirely and dragging the whole country into the conflict. If more news comes out, I'll make and upload a video. That concludes the video. Thank you.
Ja?